Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Rosario Borgesi, and in this video we will present the 1 inch that allow us to make swaps of tokens, and we will discuss its main tools, and we will also see its APIs and SDKs, and how we can integrate them programmatically in our applications. So let's get started. So this is the agenda for this video. We will talk about what is 1 inch and how we can use 1 inch application to perform a token swap. We will also take a look at 1 inch tools like Classic Swap, Fusion, and Fusion Plus, and also we will give a look at 1 inch APIs. And in the end, we will build some script to try the 1 inch APIs and also to perform swaps of token using 1 inch SDK. So what it is 1 inch? 1 inch basically allow us to swap tokens. Okay, so we, for example, can exchange 50 USDC for I don't know DAI, and it is basically a DEX aggregator that sources liquidity from multiple DEXs. So it as we will see later on, it takes liquidity, for example, from Uniswap or from other DEXs, and to perform the swaps. In fact, it finds the best prices across platform for every token swap, splits the trades across several routes to minimize slippage and improve efficiency, helps users save on fees and maximize value on every transaction. What is the difference between a DEX aggregator and a simple DEX? So, a DEX aggregator searches multiple DEXs at once to find the best token prices, automatically select the lowest fees and most efficient swap routes, and save time and money because there is no need to manually compare the platform, and reduces the slippage by splitting trades across several liquidity pools. So let's give a look at the 1 inch app. So this is the 1 inch application. I have already connected my wallet that has a little amount of token, as you can see here, 0.84 USDC and $0.82 of wrapped ether. Let's say that I want to make a swap between wrapped ether and USDC on the base chain. So let's select here, for example, maybe here get started. Let's say that I want wrapped ether on base. For example, here 50%. Okay. Select token to receive. I want USDC. Okay. Let's approve the swap. Okay, term and conditions, sign and proceed. Okay, put my password. I unlock the wallet. Confirm. Okay, here I have to sign the transaction. Here is calling the approve method on my wrapped ether contract, I believe. Okay, the transaction has been submitted. Okay. Confirm transaction. Okay, now I think I have to hit swap again. Okay, now it is signing the order. Now we can see the type of function here is calling the order. Now we confirm. Okay, we have submitted the order. It will take a little bit, a few minutes, and we should see in the end that this token allocation has changed when the transaction has been completed. Okay, so after a while, when the order has been filled, because as we will see, there is a Dutch auction that takes place. We can see that we have received the USDC and our amount of wrapped Ether has been reduced. So the swap has taken place. Obviously, you cannot only swap uh, on base on the same chain, but you could also swap on other chain. You can also make a cross chain swap if you like with 1inch. The tools that 1inch provide us are the classic swap, which is a basic the first tool that 1inch has provided. Then they have also created the 1inch Fusion system, which is intent-based swaps, and also the 1inch Fusion Plus, which is cross-chain swaps. Let's see all these tools. Let's give an overview of all these tools. So the classic swap means that this system sources swap liquidity from all popular protocols, combines this protocol to optimize swap output, and executes all swap in a single transaction. So, for example, let's say that the user wants to swap USDC into DAI. It would, without 1inch, going directly to Uniswap to perform this type of swap, most likely. So in this case, the 1inch aggregator can split um, the trade through Dodo and, for example, 1inch to make this swap between USDC and DAI, or could also go directly through 1inch, for example, and could also make some intermediary swaps, so optimize the swap routes, and this to give to the user the best swap rate. Let's take an overview of 1inch Fusion system. So 1inch Fusion, um, the main difference between the swap system, the classical swap, is that in the swap system everything happens on chain, while in the 1inch Fusion there is the part of the um, resolvers that happens and the 1inch API that happens off chain. In this case, the user submits a swap request with signature. There is a Dutch auction that is created for the swap, and the resolvers asynchronously compete to fill it, and the transaction in this case are gasless for the user. So what is a Dutch auction? A Dutch auction, it is a different type of auction where the rate of the swap, it is at the market rate or as slightly higher value, and then this rate decrease until there is a resolver that jumps in and says, okay, I want to perform this swap at this rate, so I can fill the order for the user. So instead of a classical auction where the price starts at the lowest and rises, in this case the prices decreases over time. Let's make an example. Let's say that the user also in this case wants to um, swap 50 USDC for more or less 50 DAI using the Fusion system. It signs the transaction, signs the order, and the order gets sent to the 1inch API. Then in the 1 inch API happens this a 3 minute action where there are a bunch of resolver that could jump in and take this action and perform this order for the user. Of course, there will be resolvers that will pass this this swap, and if two resolver compete um, for the same order, whoever pays the most gas will win. And then, of course, a resolver takes the order and executes the transaction. Let's talk briefly about um, Fusion Plus. So, Fusion Plus is a system that is built on top of Fusion, but brings Fusion to another level because um, see, while the Fusion system can only allow to perform swaps on the same chain, Fusion Plus can allow the cross-chain swap, and this can happen between EVM chains and also between EVM chains and non-EVM chains like Solana. So also in this case, we have a user that wants to swap USDC to DAI, sign this order, sends it to the 1 inch API. Then the 1 inch API performs the Dutch auction. There is a resolver that wants to fill the order and executes the swap. So we can basically, as we said earlier, make the swap between two EVM chains, like for example, um, let's say Ethereum layer 1 and Base, or for example Polygon and Base, whatever. So you have the user have 50 USDC on one chains and will get 50 DAI on the other chains. Or you could also make a cross-chain swap between an EVM chain like Ethereum or Base layer 2, and you will get your destination funds to a non-EVM chain like Solana. So let's give a look now at the APIs and the SDK. So let's get back to the 1 inch website. If here we go to business, we can see now we can go to, for example, here docs. You can see here an overview of all the APIs that are provided by 1 inch. There is, for example, here the swap API. As you can see here, we can make a classic swap, intent swap with Fusion, a cross-chain swap with Fusion Plus. For example, we will see later on how to use the 1 inch Fusion SDK to make a swap. Then there is also the history API that allow us to uh, here it says we can retrieve a display wallet transaction by using the wallet history API. There is also portfolio API. We will use the um, 5.08. There is also the Swagger if you like. And this gives an overview of the tokens of our portfolio, and there is also some other APIs that we will see. For example, the balance API, and also the token API. Here we will try all this stuff here. So let's start by creating a new project. So I will use USL2, but it's the same, of course, in Mac and whatever, and also Linux. Let's create a directory, let's say 1 inch tutorial. Okay. Change directory to 1 inch tutorial. Okay. Let's create a new project, pnpm init. Okay, perfect. Now let's add the first dependencies. So we need the TypeScript, types node, and TSX. Okay, perfect. Let's make an src directory and put inside of it index.tsx index.ts file. Let's put a basic console log in this file. Okay. Let's add the .env. Okay, let's open this in cursor. Of course, you can also use VS Code, it is the same. Okay, let's configure the package.json. Okay, let's put here some scripts. Okay, let's also configure let's create a tsconfig.json. Let's put this here. Okay, let's try the project npm run dev. Okay, it is working. And let's create a .env file where we put the private key of our wallet, the node URL, that is the RPC URL. We will use base, so you can take it from the Coinbase developer platform here. Or also in Fura, whatever you want to use, it's fine. Then we need the dev portal API token, which is the API key that you can get very easily from 1inch. Okay, now let's create a configuration file here. Okay, here basically to pass around all this variable, private key, node URL, dev portal API token that we will need in the various API. Let's start, for example, by calling the balance API. You can get the code here from the Swagger. You can do something like Swagger. Here, get the balance of token for wallet address, something like this. Here, it gives you the Axios code that you can use in Node.js to call this API. And that is pretty much what we are going to do here. So I want I will just I've already created this file, so I will just copy and paste and explain it. Balance.ts. Okay, I put the code here. Okay, here we need the Axios. So npm add Axios. Okay, perfect. Then maybe I forgot to create a constant file. Okay, these are a bunch of addresses. This is the address of the USDC token on base. This is the address of the base wet token on base. This is my address wallet, and this is um, this is this is an address that it's not real that uses the 1inch API to perform the swap between it and native token, so an ERC20 token. I don't think we will ever need this, so I can comment this out. And basically, here in the balance API, it should be here it should work. So basically, we are calling this API with Axios, and we are getting the balance of our of my wallet address, and which is this one, and so let's try to run this. Maybe here we have to put something like so here we put let's say this thing to run the balance script. Maybe I forgot also to put a git ignore. Let's add also a git ignore. So let's put here .env and node modules and dist. Okay, seems fine. Okay, so let's run this code. So pnpm run balance. Okay, so here it says this is the Ethereum balance. This is the address. This is wrapped ether balance, and this is the USDC balance. Okay, so this is the I've added this little ugly code here just to show you that because we were printing let's format this file. We were just printing the non-zero token because this prints a bunch of token. So this is are only the tokens that are not zero. And I want to show you that, for example, the wet balance, in this case, let's take this one here. So if we divide this number, this wet balance here, by 10 to the power of 18, because it has 18 decimal, and try to print this, it returns this thing here, 0.30 and 220, which is exactly what we see here on MetaMask here in my wallet. Okay, so it is working, and this is an example of calling the balance API. Let's now, for example, call the Easter API. That can be maybe interesting. Um, okay, let's see what gives us here. Maybe here it was better to write this way. Okay, so cursor is helping me. Let's clear the console. Maybe here we can put something like history. Okay, let's run pnpm run history. See what it prints. Okay. As you can see, it now it prints the events. So here there is the latest event. It says uh, status completed, limit order fill, which was the a swap calling the 1-inch API. What is involved? This should be USDC. 1913 should be USDC. Okay, is this one? This let's remove the comment. Then here we have this other address here. It is wrapped ether, so it is making a swap between USDC and wrapped ether. Um, and it is a fusion swap type of order. And then of course there are all the um, all the events in decreasing order. So the last one will be the last event, and uh, you go backward to the first to the first one. So this is very useful for reading events. If you want to, for example, show these events on a front end or something, this is a very cool API, because the other way that I know to read the events is using the graph. So this is uh, very interesting stuff. So let's now give it a try to the portfolio API. Let's create a new file, portfolio.ts. Maybe let's put it here. Okay. Um, okay, let's do something like this. We don't need right now headers.js, or maybe we can also install it. Okay, no worries, but because we will need header.js later on. So npm add header. No, npm add headers. Okay, so we can also compute the address from the private key, and we can try the API also calling in this case Axios. Um, let's see what gives us this API. Let's call it. I need to put here another script, portfolio, npm run portfolio, npm run portfolio. Okay, as you can see here, it gives us an overview of what there is in my wallet. So this, of course, I don't remember. This is USDC 913. This is USDC. It also says here USDC coin, and I have a balance of 0.822, which is okay. 822. It works. And then I have the wrapped ether contract, wrapped ether token, and I have a balance of 0.8. That should be also true. And then we have a little bit of so 0.2 of ether. So it gives all the information here. Here it puts this contract address, this thing here, but of course the native currency Ethereum does not have a contract. It is not an ERC20. It's just their way of um, categorized this type of currency. So this is another interesting API. I would also give a look at the prices API. Let's try, for example, let's create a new file, prices.ts. Let's put here this script. Okay. Uh, here we are checking the price. We can check one token or multiple token, always on the base chain. Okay, here we are putting we are joining these two addresses because we can also put two addresses that are separated by a comma. In this case, wrapped ether and USDC. Let's check. Let's add something here on on the package.json so that we can run the script. This was prices, so npm run prices. Okay, so we can see that the prices of Ethereum wrapped ether is 3,963. Of course, the price of USDC is $1, so it should be 0.9 and whatever. Another cool API that we can try is the token API. Then we will make a swap with Fusion. Let's create an API token.ts. Okay, let's put here also this call. Obviously, all this code is uh, is taken from the 1 inch documentation as we have seen earlier. Let's see this token API. We need also here to put the token. So npm run token. Okay, and here it gives us information about this token here. So here we can find because we have asked the information in the parameters about the wrapped ether token and the USDC token. So here it is in the response is giving us information about this token. So this is wrapped ether. It has 18 decimals. Providers, all these providers. We have here there is USDC 6 decimals. And so on and so forth. So it gives a little bit of information about the characteristic of the token. So let's try now to make a swap using a 1 inch API. And the first thing that we need it is the approve. We need to make an approval for the 1 inch aggregator contract um, to allow us to make this call, to make this swap, because of course we cannot swap tokens on behalf of another. The 1 inch aggregator cannot make a swap on behalf of our address if it has been approved on the smart contract. And also this can be retrieved here. For example, if you go to swap, classic swap, here there is maybe quick start. Here there is this function here, approve if needed, all this stuff. Okay, so we are making this approve, and let's create a new file called approve.ts. This is also a copy and paste from the 1 inch documentation. Here we need VM. So we need to install VM. npm add VM. Okay, this is the amount that we want to transfer of wrapped ether. Sorry, the amount of token that we want to swap of Wrapped Ether to USDC. We want to make a swap of Wrapped Ether to USDC. So here we are setting the allowance for the 1 inch contract to make this swap for us. And we do it by calling the swap API of 1 inch. So we can, I think, basically run this. We add another script here, approve. So let's run pm run approve. Okay, so we have for some reason I've set a gigantic allowance, so there is some maybe I made some mistake on the wrap editor, so we have this allowance. Let's now try to make the swap. Let's create a new file swap.ts using Fusion, sorry. So here we paste the code. Here we need this to install this thing. So let's do pnpm run pnpm add this library. Perfect. Okay, so this is a swap from wrap editor to USDC, and the amount is this one. Okay, it would be something like I don't know, $30 of wrap editor, something like that. It creates the order and then it checks the status to understand when the order has been filled. So let's check that right now we have 0.82 worth of USDC, 0.81 worth of wrapped ether. So let's run the swap. Okay, we need to add here the swap script. Let's clear the console. Npm run swap. Okay, here is the order hash. It is proceeding with I think it has submitted the order. Let's wait. Okay, so now the transaction has been created, and now we should see, okay, that a bunch of, because this was at 0.82, so 30, 0.3 dollars have been swapped to USDC using Fusion Inch SDK. We can check also here the transaction hash. So we go here to base scan. We paste this transaction hash. Okay, basically it's saying that fill order ags. Already we like this. Here we see that it's taken this 0.24 of which is this amount of wrapped ether from this contract, of course, from our account, from my wallet, and it has transferred it to USDC. So we have reached the end of the video. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below and I will reply as soon as I can. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.